So tonight I'm going to do a tag video, and it's the this or that tag video, and it's based on books. I know that there's another one that is based on beauty, and maybe I'll do that one another day. I'm not sure, but tonight I'm doing the books because I'm feeling like I'm really into books right now. So I'll start with the first question. I think there's like 14 questions, and don't mind me if I'm looking over here because I'm just reading them. I'm not like, I don't know, staring at something. Anyway, so the first question is audiobook or book in hand, and I would 100% have to say book in hand. I tried to listen to an audiobook the other day. I downloaded Perks of Being a Wallflower and The Hobbit just because I have to travel a lot for work, so I thought it would be kind of nice to have like in the car while I'm driving. But I just tried to like listen to it when I was like laying in bed, and I get so distracted I can't even handle it. So unless I have something physically in front of me where I'm completely focused on it, then I may as well not even be paying attention. So audiobooks are not so good for me. So I'm definitely a book in hand kind of person. The second question is softcover or hardback? For reading purposes, I definitely prefer softcover books because like I like to, you know, like be able to like hold it and it's like lightweight and I'm doing like whatever. I find hardcover books, they're so heavy, like as if I'm too weak to like lift a book. But anyways, I prefer reading from a softcover book, but I like the way that the hardcover books look better on my bookshelf. So it's like, what you gonna do? So I have pretty much an even mix of softcover and hardcover books in my bookshelf, but I think I prefer softcovers for reading purposes, which is kind of basically what books are for. Not basically, that is definitely what books are for. Anyways, question number 3 is fiction or nonfiction, and this is, I definitely think that I lean more towards fiction because I just love like a fantasy story or like a dystopian themed book and just, you know, things like that. But there's something about like certain nonfiction books that I really love, but I think that they're mainly like the biographies written by like comedians, so like Tina Fey's Bossy Pants and everything like that. Those are kind of the more like the nonfiction books that I lean towards, not so much like the serious nonfiction. But if I had to choose one or the other, I think I would choose fiction. Question number 4 is fantasy or real life issues. I don't know. I think kind of like a mix of fantasy and real life issues. Like, I mean, even in Harry Potter, you know, the majority of the issues are fantasy. Like you're dealing with like wizards and you're dealing with like evil like dementors and all this stuff. But yet you know, Harry still deals with like real life issues, sort of like, you know, friendships and relationships and all that different thing. So I think that I kind of like a mix of both. I don't know. It's pretty even for me, I guess. Number 5 is Harry Potter or Twilight, and like, why is that even a question? It's obviously Harry Potter. I don't even know if anybody would choose Twilight. I mean, maybe some girls out there might who are like Team Edward, Team Jacob, like whatever. I mean, I enjoy the Twilight books, don't get me wrong, like I do like them, but I just don't think that there's even a close comparison between the two. So definitely Harry Potter. Number 6 is Kindle, iPad, or other. I don't have a Kindle. I have an iPad. It's my boyfriend's, but I use it as if it's mine. I haven't tried to read anything off of it though because I'm the kind of person who 100% prefers to have a book over like, I wouldn't really want to buy an ebook because I can't put that on my bookshelf. So what is really the point? Like, no thank you. So I guess if I had to choose, I'd say iPad, because I have one. So there's the answer to that question. Number 7, borrow or buy. 100% buy. Like I would like to say, yeah, I go to the library all the time and I just borrow a book and that's how I do all my reading, but no way. In case like you haven't noticed from my bookshelves and stuff, I like to have like a hard copy because I just love the way that books look. So I don't even care, like I'll find a book and I will pick it up and I'll be like, yeah, I'll buy this. I don't care. I just want it on my shelf. I want all the books. So definitely buy. Number 8 is bookstore or online. Definitely bookstore, because isn't that kind of like half the fun? Like you just kind of get to walk around the bookstore and look at all the different books and you get to read the back covers and you get to like touch it. I don't know if that's really important, but I definitely bookstore over online. I don't even think I've ever bought a book online because I just love going to chapters, so I just rather do that. Number 9 is a one-time or a trilogy, and I definitely think trilogy because I like a story that just continues, because if I really love a book, then I don't want it to end. So I kind of lean more towards like not just trilogies, but like series of books, like the Beautiful Creatures books, or like the Harry Potter books, or the Hunger Games, and like things like that where it's like a series. I definitely prefer. So I'd say the trilogy. Number 10, a monster read or a short and sweet. So I'm assuming that that means like a big book or a little book. I don't really know, but I kind of prefer the big books over the little books, because I just get, I feel like I get a better chance to get more invested in the story and to learn more about the characters and things like that. So I prefer like the big reads. Number 11 is starry-eyed romance or full of action, and I 100% prefer a mix of both, because I mean, obviously I'm a girl, I like love stories, so like when I think of a perfect mix of both, I think of something like the Hunger Games, where it's like, so there's a lot of action, but then there's still that like romance, and it's such a good balance between the two. Like, whereas I keep like referring back to like Twilight, but like in Twilight, I feel like it's really not enough action. I mean, yes, there's like vampires like fighting, like whatever, but like it's just so focused on this like intense like relationship, and it just like I get kind of bored with that eventually. But I think that a perfect balance of both is my preference. Number 12 is curl up in your snuggie or bathe in the sun. And yeah, I live in Nova Scotia, Canada, so basically it depends on the season. I'm not gonna go bathe in the sun like on a day like today where there's like snow up the wazoo and it's like -20, like no thank you. So definitely I do have a snuggie actually, but I never use it because people make fun of me when I wear it, but whatever. But I do have like my fuzzy throw blankets that I wear. So in the winter time, for sure the blanket snuggie, but in the summertime I love reading outside. Like, you get a tan and you get to read all at once. Like, I don't really see an issue there, so it depends on the season for me. Number 13, hot chocolate or a latte? Latte, I guess, because you can get so many different flavors, like pumpkin spice latte and vanilla lattes, and there's one that I really love, the creme brulee latte from Starbucks. I love that one. So I think latte. I do love hot chocolate though, so I don't know, that's a tough question, but I think I'd choose latte. And then the last and final question, obviously it's the final one because it's the last one. Read the review. Sorry, I was like reading it like, what? Read the review or decide for yourself. I definitely read the review. I guess it depends also. If I'm at like Value Village and I'm just picking up books just because I think that they look interesting, then I don't like typically read a review beforehand. But if I'm gonna go out and spend like 15, 20 bucks or more on a book, then I'm getting like a popular book, one that like people have given like high reviews and everybody's reading it, so everybody likes it. So I'd say I definitely lean more towards reading the review. So anyways, those are all the questions, and that was my this or that for books. I'm going to be doing some other tag videos soon, so stay tuned, and thank you for watching.